Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and all through the house, Isaac 24 bought a gift for himself. Well, yeah, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I decided today, since I got nothing to do, I'm going to go to the Free and Cheap store in Lansing. Free and Cheap store, I've talked about them before. It's a pretty cool place. Basically, they own a junk removal company, and they get paid to go to houses, estates, abandoned properties, just take the shit out, cart it to their store, throw a price tag on it, and sell it. And their prices are very, very affordable. In fact, they undervalue basically everything they have. Oftentimes, you could find stuff for 50% off, too. Now, I went there, and I've seen a few things I liked. I saw a Hunter polished brass ceiling fan. I think it was a mid-'80s. I think it was a Mayfair, because it was 5-blade, 52-inch. I didn't grab it, because it was like, meh. I have a lot of Hunters, and I have too many of them. I didn't need it. They did have a new in-box Dell CRT computer monitor, like literally new in-box. It was a black one. It wasn't that old, but I should have taken it, I swear. Had an address to Central Michigan University, so I imagine it's one that they bought 25 years ago and just never used. But anyway, on a shelf in there, they had some car brochures. And I was thinking, ooh, I collect car brochures. Let me look through those. No price tag. I asked the lady. She says, maybe do $1 a piece. So I'm thinking, $1 a piece. Now, there's a lot of them here, and I'm looking through them. Now, I looked through them, I went through all of them, and I decided to pick out the ones I liked. Now, people know I collect the car brochures. I have about 25, 30 now. So you're probably thinking, oh, you got maybe, 10, 15 more? You got 20 more? Nope. I got 80 more. There are 80 of them in this stack. And the best part is, there's a couple posters, but altogether I think there's 79 pieces. And the best part is, basically, I'm thinking, $1 a piece is just going to be so much. So I go up to the counter, the lady, she's nice, whatever, I've seen her before. And I said, how much just for this whole stack? Now keep in mind, this is every singular one that they had, except for there were maybe 4 or 5 that were just ripped or missing pages or in just too bad of shape, really bad shape, water stained, whatever. I took some ones that were a little worn, but not ones that were ripped and water stained, whatever. So she looks through them and she starts counting them, and I'm thinking in my head, oh God, I hope, because what I had done is there were 79. I knew there were 79. I decided to say, there's about 60, because I figured she's not going to look through all of them, right? No, she did. I just said, more than I thought. She's like, yeah, I bet. And so I'm thinking, I'm getting ready to put these back on the shelf. I'm like, she's going to give me some absurd amount or something. She's going to say $50. And I'm thinking in my head, no, she's not going to do this. She says, what do you think? Maybe like $30? Sold. I was like, pretend my hands together, I'm brushing them together. I was like, done deal. Let's do it.
Done deal.
30 was my max. I did not want to pay more than that. I'm going to go through them really quick now and show you because they are pretty cool. All right. This is a Porsche poster. It's like a Porsche poster, like I said. We got a Mazda 626. Kind of cool. If you want to see individual pictures of these, let me know. Got a GMC Safari van. That's probably a late 80s. Volkswagen Rabbit. Got a lot of Volkswagen ones. Got a Chevy Citation, probably the only ad left in existence for a Citation. What shitty cars. Nova, that one's kind of cool. Got a Monza. I'm sorry, I'm not showing these too well. This is a Corvette one from, I would say, probably the C3 days. Yep, looks like it. Or no, C2, I guess. This one's a little worse for the wear. That's a C2, I believe. Or no, is that a C3? I think that's a C3, actually. Do we have a year? Hang on. 76, that's a C3. Got GMC S15 trucks, little Sonoma trucks. There was another one of these, but it was ripped. This is a Rivy by Buick. This one's really cool. It's little, it's like luxurious and all that. 75 Pontiac. This shows just basically their lineup, all that. Got a bigger Pontiac one. This is 76. This is one of the ones that's in the worst shape. You can see it's kind of like falling apart in places. It's you know, it's pretty worn. This one's also pretty worn. Got an 85 Buick one. This is cool because it shows like the LeSabres and the Electras back in that phase Buick did when they were really small like this. Someone local to me actually still owns an Electra and an Olds 88 of this era. They're so cool. And they daily drive them too. I would love to buy them. You know, they show all the Buicks and the little ones and the Centuries and the Skylarks and all that. Here you got a Chrysler Cordoba, excuse me. I knew it was Cordoba, I can't talk. This has like vinyl pages, it's really weird. This is a cool one too. It's a Plymouth Ad from 1999. What's funny is that they only advertised 4 cars, and only 3 of them are like normal civilian cars. But it has the Prowler. They're in this awesome purple. You know, you got the Breeze. No, that's the Neon. There's the Breeze. Then you got the Voyagers. Voyager Espresso. I love the purple too that they show them in. The Breeze was basically a Chrysler Cirrus or a Dodge Stratus. The Voyager was a Chrysler Town and Country, and then the Neon was just a Dodge Neon. My dad had a 96 Neon, but it was a Dodge. Plymouth died pretty much shortly after this was made, so it's kind of cool to see one of these. And they sold them at Dodge dealers. There was no distinguishing whatsoever. They were real just basic cars. Here's the Breeze. Espresso was always their sort of like high-end one. This magazine's actually in really good shape. And the Voyager, of course. That's, I think, the regular Voyager. Does it show the difference? Does it actually talk about the difference between... Yeah. Just talks about the difference. Pretty much the difference is that you're getting trunk space. That's about what you gain with a Grand. 76 Monza. Always love those. That's cool. Here we got a Jetta one. This is an 88 model from Lansing Motors. So this, I believe, is the same Williams. These are cool Jettas, though. I think this is a Mark II Jetta. The Volkswagen people. I know Volkswagens, but I don't know them that well. I think this is a Mark II. Here we got Mazda, but this is like the little trucks that they used to make. Just the little old ones. The small ones. Oh, Jesus Christ. How cool is that? They don't even have names. They were just called that. The little Toyota. Those, yeah, there you go. The B2200 diesel. Here we got another Jetta. I don't know what year this one's from. Looks about the same time as the other one, maybe a little older. Got a Ford EXP. This is really cool. They never really sold well, and you don't see them often, so seeing a brochure for one is even cooler. 78 vans, but this talks about the buses and RVs and shit. Ford. It's the only Ford magazine I will ever own. Talks about all the Fords, you know, Granada, Pinto, Mustang 2, Thunderbird, LTD, stuff like that. This one is for Jimmy Motorhomes. The vans, you see they got a GMC on the front. The conversion company. Here's a Mazda MX-6. I think these were rotary. Mazda was such a cool company. I'm so sad that they went the way they did now. They were so cool. Here's the 626. My dad had a friend in college who had one of these. Likely very similar to that one. Here we got GMC. Oh my god, it's the El Camino. Or the Caballero, as they called it. Diablo. This was GMC's El Camino, pretty much. Look how cool that is, though. You can't get cars with this type of character anymore, sadly. And this was made during the Malaise era, pretty much, if you're in 76. Now, this one is sick as shit, because my mom owned 5... Actually, I'm going to talk about that again when we get to that. Chevy Vega. Throw up. Oh, I got another Ford. That's the Econoline vans. I do like kind of like those, though. Here we got the Buick T-Types. These are really cool. The Century T-Type. I bet there's none of those left in existence anymore. Here's a little Pontiac one about 1987. It's just sort of a spec sheet. The Volkswagen Turbo Diesel Rabbit, Jetta, and Quantum. I love how Volkswagens used to look. Look how cool those look. They're not as cool anymore. And they talk about 43, 41, 43 because they were super efficient with their diesels. This was back when Volkswagen made good diesels, not like the diesels that they made with the scandal and everything. I find it interesting that it says the 1986 and a half Volkswagen Quantum. Same thing there. This is the... Oh, yeah, here we go. The Scirocco. It's probably my favorite Volkswagen ever built. Look how cool that is. Here we got the Mazda GLC. Great little car. That's literally what it stands for. Jetta accessories. My dad had a Jetta, but it was an 02. It was later. Bronco. That's cool. Here we go. My mother, her first 5 cars were 1985 Audi 5000s. Not the S, but they were all these. She had 5 of these from my grandpa. Oh, holy shit. Oh my god, this is still in here. Holy shit. Williams Auto World, that's where my dad gets his car serviced. Holy shit. This is what my mom had. Her first 5 vehicles right here were this. Some were nicer than others, but they were all the same vehicle of the same year. She loved them. This is Van Epoch. I think it's another conversion company. Pontiac. Got a Chevrolet one. This is the Caprice. The box Caprice, as everyone likes to call them. Those are sick cars too. Blazer. My grandparents had one of these. Here's a Scirocco one. Tahoe. This is actually the first year the Tahoe came out, so they talk about some stuff in it. Camaros. My aunt had a Camaro of this generation. She hated it. My grandpa was like, I gave her it and I thought it was such a cool car, but she hated it. Yeah. More Pontiac. This is specifically about their... Never mind. Buick, 1979. Canadian conversions. This is another conversion brochure. Those are ugly, by the way. I don't know who puts that many windows in a van. El Camino. It's funny that they advertise it with Chevrolet trucks. That's not really a truck. I mean, come on. Here's Mazdas in the 80s. That's kind of cool. See, it shows like the trucks and everything. 323. The 929. Holy shit, that was short-lived, but they included it. The definition of badge engineering. Which, yeah, this is a Chevrolet one. This is cool. It's got the stuff on it. This is the Electra by Buick. This was the last version of the Electra before they killed off the Electra name and just called it the Park Avenue. I miss when Buick was like that. Buick used to be so cool. Caprice and Impala again, 81. This is a Mazda. This is both our 84. This is RX-7 and 626. Pontiac for 79. Another Cavalier. This is 88. This one's sideways. Pontiac Bonneville. This one is cool. This is a poster. But what's cool is that it's the style of Bonneville that looks... This one. It's the one that was really small that they made in the 80s. Someone has one for sale by me and I want it, but this was when they were small. And it's I'm gonna frame this probably. Because back then GM was obsessed with being as small as possible. I mean, they're already small because their company sucks now, but they were basically obsessed with making their cars as small as possible, and then in the 90s they got a bit bigger. Buick again. Don't know when this one is from. Another Jimmy conversion. This is a poster. Ford Granada 77. Pontiac looks like the Fiero. It's a poster for the Fiero, I believe. Nope. Because that would be a Parisian and that would be a 6000. I had to think of the name. I saw it and I was like, yeah, 6000. Pontiac again. Chevy Monza again. This is Buick again, 86. Oldsmobile. This is another one that the person I talked about has. That's Delta 88. 87 Pontiac. Buick. Don't know what year. This is an employee edition. Spelled wrong. They did not do that. Holy shit, they spelled employee wrong on the cover. It's not as bad as my one with the radio knob missing. I'll have to show that. Volkswagen buses. Granada 81. 79 Pontiacs, 99 Tahoe, I think that's the newest one here. It ties with the Plymouth one. Dodge trucks, that's pretty cool. Here we got another Volkswagen one. This one is old because it's got the trucks and stuff. It even has the original, like, has the original slip in it. Looks like a 79, I think. S10 Blazer. My aunt had, or my grandma had one of those too. Here's a Golf. This is the later Golf. That would be 88, 88 Cabriolet, 88 Quantum, and lastly, wonderful 88 Scirocco. So there you go. That is all 79 magazines, ads, whatever that I have that I got for 30 bucks. So it's less than 30 cents a piece for them, which is actually, or 50, which is actually really good. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and click like if you like what you see, and follow me on the web, wix.com/theelevatorworld/fans. Bye-bye.